Headlines. President conveys felicitations to the President of Sri Lanka, Maithripala Sirisena, on the occasion of the Independence Day of Sri Lanka. President appeals to all Maldivian citizens to exercise patience and put forward national interest at times of difficulty. And the Maldivian government takes note of statements issued by international
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Nasma Abdul Mohsin, and this President Abdullah Yamin Abdul Qayyum conveys felicitations to the President of Sri Lanka, Maithripala Sirisena, on the occasion of the Independence Day of Sri Lanka. In the message, President Abdullah Yamin extended warm felicitations and the people of Maldives on the auspicious based on history, shared values, understanding, and relations between the two countries have been fortified over the years. President of Sri Lanka, prosperity and welfare for the people and citizens to exercise. President Abdullah Yamin made the appeal while speaking at a gathering of enforcement agencies and the Maldivian people. 2018, in line was currently in consultation with the Supreme Court in order to implement the court's ruling within proper rules and procedure. People. That the lawful government should now be coup. Reassuring his support for the government, Vice President noted that the administration Vice President appealed the citizens to trust the government in. The government of Maldives takes note of statements. The government of the Maldives takes note of the statements issued by international of 1st February 2018. The government once again reiterates its firm commitment to respect the rulings of the Supreme Court and assures the Maldivian people and the international community that it is and rule of law. The relevant state officials have sought clarification from the Chief Justice on the implementation of the Supreme Court ruling and shall carry out the ruling in accordance with rule of law and due process. As the ruling involves a number of legal and procedural issues, all concerned national authorities are currently working in unison. The government of Maldives officials are in consultation with the Chief General of Constitution and disregard all illegal orders.
Highlighting that security authorities have received information agencies not to comply with any order. The Article 8 of the Constitution, all state affairs must be carried out institution or branch of power, and that all institutions the constitutional guidelines. Article 100 of the Constitution very clearly stated by the Parliament, and as in 113 of the Constitution also shall have a sole and final disqualification election president by the Parliament. The Attorney General said initiate the removal of a president from office. The additions for each individual process to create unrest in order to maintain. General further reiterated that consultations were underway within proper rules and procedure, and General's office has apprised this.
Deputy Speaker of Parliament Musa Manik urged the public to stay calm and to cooperate with the security forces. The Deputy Speaker reassured his firm commitment to work with the government in ensuring peace and security in the country. The government of Maldives affirms that no alterations would be made to the bench of judges in any court of Maldives. Opposition claimed that the government is planning to alter the judges' panel of the Supreme Court regarding its ruling issued on February 1st. Speaking at a press conference, Minister of Tourism Musa Zamir dismissed claims of the opposition, assuring that there are no plans by the government to remove any judges from any court of the Maldives. Minister Zamir stated that Attorney General Muhammad Anil assured that no discussions were carried out regarding such an issue. Speaking at the press conference, government supporting parliamentarian Riaz Rashid cited that such accusations are made by the opposition to deceive the public. The Vice President of the ruling Progressive Party of Maldives, Abdurrahim Abdullah, reiterated that the party does not believe in changing the judges in the courts in these situations. He further stated that PPM always serves in the best interest of the country by upholding the rule of law. Corporate Maldives Academy successfully concludes the first Maldives Marketers Forum with more than 200 participants attending the event.
The Business School Auditorium of Maldives National University was a packed house, and participants were taken through an amazing journey of origin and evolution of advertising to successful strategy development and execution. The event commenced with a speech of CEO of Corporate Maldives Academy CMA Ilyas Hanif, who mentioned the academy would start its full-fledged operation from the first week of March. He also went on to mention the launch of Chartered Institute of Marketing CIM in the Maldives, launch of Job.mv website, and proposed consultancy services in the Maldives. CEO of Think Maldives presented the evolution of advertising in the Maldives, starting from a first newspaper advertisement to modern-day digital advertisement. CMO of Diragu Isabel Hajri explained the complete rebranding process from concept to post-launch. Meanwhile, Newshad Sharif did an amazing presentation on Allied Insurance's Agent 1600 campaign and how it was successfully executed with supporting statistics. Reputed international trainer Shanika Yoshini Qureshi explained the role of psychology for marketing and business, and Neville Pereira made the final presentation and guest speech on future marketing strategies and his experience in the industry. All presenters were open for a question and answer session with the audience to gain more information. The event concluded with a panel discussion with 4 industry experts, which was moderated by Business Development Manager of CMA, Mohammed Roshan. The event was a huge success, and participants left the forum with a high note after the networking and a refreshment session.
Afghan President Ashraf Ghani opens the possibility for talks with militants who accept peace, but said the door was closed to those who cause tragedies like the recent attacks in capital Kabul.
An attack on the Intercontinental Hotel in Kabul on January 20th and a bombing on a crowded city streak a week later have stoked public anger and stepped up pressure on Afghan President Ashraf Ghani's Western-backed government to improve security. The attacks, which killed more than 130 people and were claimed by the Taliban, have also raised fresh doubt about long-running efforts to initiate talks with the insurgents. The president's office said earlier in the week that militants had crossed a red line and peace would have to be won on the battlefield. But Ghani raised the possibility of reconciliation with some militants in a speech to Islamic clerics in Kabul. Afghanistan's government has made such vows for years, but the insurgency appears even more resilient. Peace efforts have been made in fits and starts, but without progress.
Video released on the internet purports to show a Russian pilot ejecting by parachute after the warplane had been shot down in the Idlib province of Syria.
Russian Defense Ministry and Syrian rebels said Syrian rebels shot down a Russian warplane on Saturday and killed its pilot on the ground after he ejected from the plane. A rebel source said the Russian plane was shot down over the town of Khan al-Subl near the city of Sarogeb, close to a major highway where the Syrian army and Iranian-backed militias are trying to advance. The source said although the Russian pilot escaped the crash, he was killed by rebels who had tried to capture him. Russian Defense Ministry said that the aircraft was downed by a portable surface-to-air missile. The pilot reported that he had ejected by parachute and he was later killed on the ground.
Schalke squanders a chance to go second in the Bundesliga when they conceded twice late in the game and lost 2-1 at home to lowly Werder Bremen on a nightmare afternoon for the goalkeepers, who were at fault for all 3 goals.
Bayern Munich, chasing a 6th successive title, duly won 2-0 at Mainz with the first half goals from Frank Ribery and James Rodriguez to extend their lead at the top to 18 points. It was their 10th successive win in all competitions. Bayern have 53 points from 21 games, 18 ahead of second-placed Bayer Leverkusen, who were held 0-0 at Freiburg. Borussia Dortmund are third on 34 after their 3-2 win at Cologne on Friday and ahead of Schalke on goal difference. Schalke went ahead after 24 minutes when Bremen goalkeeper Jiri Pavlenka allowed a harmless-looking shot from Johan Konoplankia to slip through his hands and into the net. The game turned drastically after the hosts had Matija Nastasic sent off for a second bookable offence in the 78th minute. 1 minute later, Ludwig Augustinsson curled a weak Bremen free kick over the wall. Schalke goalkeeper Ralf Fährmann failed to hold the ball and Max Kruse scored amid a goal-mouth scramble. Bremen won the game in stoppage time after Aaron Johansson lifted the ball into the area to Maximilian Augustin, who slipped a shot through Fährmann's legs after the keeper got his timing wrong and Zlatko Junozovic slid home the ball. Bayern's win at Mainz was much more straightforward as Ribery drove home from the edge of the area in the 33rd minute before Rodriguez collected a cross on his chest and volleyed home 1 minute before the break.
Scientists at Egypt's Mansoura University are delicately restoring the fossil of a roughly 80-million-year-old dinosaur, which was discovered in Egypt's Sahara Desert oasis last week. The discovery, made by a group of paleontologists from the Mansoura University, sheds light on a mysterious time period in the history of dinosaurs in Africa.
The scientists recovered parts of the skull, lower jaw, neck and back vertebrae, ribs, shoulder and forelimb, back foot and osteoderms of the long-necked, four-legged, school-bus-sized dinosaur. Paleontologist Hesham Sallam, who led the study, said the team are working on recovering the remaining parts of the dinosaur. Researchers said the plant-eating Cretaceous period dinosaur named Mensurasaurus shahinei was nearly 10 meters long and weighed 5,000 kilograms and was a member of a group called Titanosaurs that included Earth's largest ever land animals. Like many titanosaurs, Mensurasaurus boasted bony plates called osteoderms embedded in its skin. Mensurasaurus, which lived near the shore of the ancient ocean that preceded the Mediterranean Sea, is one of the very few dinosaurs known from the last 15 million years of the Mesozoic era, or Age of Dinosaurs, on mainland Africa. Madagascar had a separate geologic history. According to Sallam, its remains found at the Dakhla oasis in central Egypt are the most complete of any mainland Africa land vertebrate during an even larger time span, the roughly 30 million years before the dinosaur mass extinction 66 million years ago.
And that's all we have for you right now. Thank you for watching. Have a very pleasant day.